I didn't have enough sleep,
And why not?
sir, because I wanted to order something. Uh, that's why.
I don't understand. You wanted to order something and you didn't sleep on time just because of the fact that you wanted to order something? I don't
Yes,
understand.
sir.
Please help me understand.
My mother and I was ordering something. That's why we didn't have time, so we ordered it, and our time got late.
Your time got late. Time never gets late, you know?
We got late.
Okay, and what are you sharing today?
Sir, I'm sharing about my injury.
Your injury. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
do
I'm
tell.
going. I'm going to a physiotherapist.
Physiotherapist.
Yes, sir.
No, don't say yes, sir. Say physiotherapist.
Physiotherapist.
Therapist. Therapist.
Physiotherapist.
No, there's no sound in English, you know. This sound does not exist. It's therapist. Do you know Arabic
Therapist.
Yeah, therapist. Yeah, sounds strange, but that is the right pronunciation. Anyway, so and you had this injury from where did you have it?
Sir, in sir, it's been 3 months.
It's been 3 months.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
and I didn't actually ask you when you had this injury. I asked you how you got the injury. What happened?
Sir, in football, because of football, I didn't stretched well, so I think it occurred. That's why it occurred.
Okay, and who suggested to go to a physiotherapist?
Sir, my my uh, my mommy is having a pain in her joints, so she is going to a physiotherapist. So I
Hmm.
also thought that I should go to a physiotherapist to check up for a checkup.
Okay, and how many sessions are you gonna have?
7.
7 sessions. All right, and
Yes,
okay, the injury that you have that is in your tendons, muscle, or and your knee joints. Where is it?
basically it's a groin injury.
Uh huh.
It's a strain basically, and it's in
Mhm.
muscles.
Mhm.
And
So,
that,
all right. So that's gonna help, right? Inshallah, you're gonna get better.
inshallah, inshallah, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Shazia is going to share something today.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Y-
Assalamu alaikum,
Walaikum
sir.
assalam, Shazia. Walaikum assalam. How are you today, Shazia?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. I'm fine. So, what are you sharing today?
Two things, sir. Actually, sir, uh, my today was very busy day because we work on our second terms exams and
Worked. No, no, wait a minute. We worked. Second form, the
uh,
past form. We worked.
actually, sir, I said work, but when I speak, I think okay, sir. Actually, I we worked on our second terms exams, and
Hmm.
uh, I have done 90% today, and 10% is left,
Hmm. What
and.
else?
Uh, I read a story. Actually, sir, studied a new story, The Watchers.
Hmm.
That is a historical story, and something like about the gods and their statues, caves. And
Hmm.
actually, I read just first chapter, that is introduction. Just
Hmm. So is it about Egypt or Roman gods or
yes,
Egyptian gods?
actually, sorry, I don't know, because I just read the first chapter, that is
So
about
that's the first. What?
Taurus.
Mm, Taurus.
That is about Taurus and I think Aketa, his sister, and they
Agatha.
are church. Yes, and the watcher of God statue from 3,000 years ago. And
All right. Okay, that's good.
yes,
So,
because
so you're
uh,
interested. You're interested in reading about history
yes,
or
sir, yes, sir,
historical figures or mythical figures, I
and
should say,
yes,
because.
sir, like this.
All right, that's good. So, do tell us more about it when you have read more about.
Inshallah, tomorrow, sir, I will.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Emmer is going to unmute his microphone. Yes, please, Emmer. Emmer, please, could you unmute your microphone? Emmer. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Emmer. How are you today?
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. I said, Wa alaikum salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, sir, I'm fine, and sorry for the interruption if you've.
Yeah, there is a lot of background noise. Where are you?
Uh,
Emmer, I can't hear you anymore. Ahmed, are you there? I think you're out somewhere, maybe?
Hello. What issue the
Yes, your
signal issue?
internet is not working fine. Where are you right now? I'm sorry, I can't hear you because of the internet connection. It's not strong enough. I suggest that you should mute your
I'm traveling.
microphone. Okay, please mute your microphone. Yes, yes. Thank you. All right, everybody. So today, we're gonna do something really interesting, and Sufyan and Shazia, please unmute your microphones and tell me how important do you think it is to speak like a native speaker? Sufyan first. Okay, Sufyan, what do you think?
Sir,
Hmm? How important it is, Sufyan?
to
You're
speak
not
like a
saying anything. Yeah, to speak like a native speaker. Do you think it's important, or do you think it's not important?
sir, it's important because people can judge.
People can judge. Why would you want people to judge you?
No, sir, but they do judge.
Or they judge what? What do they judge?
Sir, if our accent is not good, sir,
Hmm.
they judge us
They judge us.
that he
They
doesn't
judge
know
you.
English
They judge you for what?
for not speaking with a good accent.
If you don't speak with a good accent and good pronunciation. So okay. Besides that, what is another thing? What do you think that pronunciation is important? Besides being judged, you just gave me that reason. Is there anything else that you think is a reason to improve your pronunciation? Why is improving your pronunciation important?
Sir, like you corrected me, the th word, sir. Sir,
Hmm.
it's important, sir, because we can pronounce wrong, sir.
Pronounce,
The
pronounce, not pronounce, pronounce.
pronounce
Pro- yeah. Hmm.
the wrong words, just like
One of
now.
mhm. So you see, one of the reasons is being misunderstood. If you mispronounce a word, you will be misunderstood. When you're misunderstood, so the person So there's a gap in your communication, you see, and your conversation, and the other person you're talking to is not gonna get your point, or they're just gonna understand something else. So there's going to be miscommunication, right? So okay, you see, Sufyan is not saying anything. His microphone is unmuted, but he's not saying anything. I'm talking
Yes,
to
sir.
you.
I'm
It's still,
saying
it's
hello.
still, it's still talking to you. So let's say, how satisfied are you with your pronunciation and accent?
Sir, I should work on it, sir.
How satisfied are you? Like you're pretty satisfied, somewhat satisfied, a little satisfied, really satisfied.
Sir, I'm a little bit satisfied.
All right. So okay, let's say
Like
if
I
you
didn't knew the.
didn't know.
Sir,
Okay.
you like just you said me the th word is not pronounced like th. It's called fa. So I didn't
Mhm.
knew that.
I didn't know that. Not didn't knew, didn't know.
I don't know that.
Didn't know that, right? But now you do, right? So
Yes, sir.
that's what happens when you take an English class. So your teacher rectifies your mistakes, and that's how you learn, right? Learning on your own is really difficult, right? Isn't it? Like
Yes,
you
sir.
you always need somebody to guide you. Anyways, so what do you think? Let's say you begin to speak with good pronunciation and have a good accent. So what's gonna happen in your future for you in your professional life? What do you think is gonna happen?
Sir, there will be no miscommunication, and the people who are we are talking to, they will understand us better,
And
and we
professionally,
will
what's
be
gonna
able
happen?
to. Sir, it will build a positive image.
Yes, well, thank you very much, Sofyan. Shazia, what do you think? Do you think that you are still struggling with pronunciation and
Mm,
accent improvement?
no, sir. Actually,
Hmm.
uh, it's my weakness because I can work on this.
How satisfied are you with your pronunciation?
No, sir, I'm not satisfied with my
You're not
pronunciation
satisfied,
because
and the reason
yes, sir.
is, what's the
Uh,
reason?
uh, Actually, sir, I don't practice on my pronunciation because I spend my most time on reading and listening and for speaking. Uh, I can't.
Okay, what will
I
happen?
spend time.
Okay, what will happen if you begin to speak with good pronunciation and have a good accent? So what will happen? Well, how will that be beneficial for your professional life?
Actually, this make me perfect if I will work on it. But
No, you didn't
I'm
get it.
trying, sir.
Let's say no, no. I'm not saying that. You didn't,
Mm,
maybe you didn't get my question.
mm,
Listen to my question. I'm saying that, let's say that you work on your pronunciation and you become good at it. You become good at pronouncing words. You become, and you have a good accent. So how will that benefit your professional life, your profession?
uh,
What will
if
happen?
I'll pronounce it in good accent word. Actually, people uh, actually, sir, I
Shazia,
have no
you have
words.
no words. I can see
Yes,
that.
sir.
I can see you're struggling, but okay. You know what? I'm not gonna ask you any further questions. Uh, so I'm gonna share my screen, and one by one, you'll read a sentence. All right.
Oh,
So just give me a second. All right. So I am sharing my screen, and I want you to read this sentence. Sufyan, you go first. Yes, Sufyan. Could
Tina
you
was
please read
pack-
this
Tina
louder?
Tina was packing her cake for the party.
One more time.
Tina was packing her cake for the party.
Yeah, well, that's really good. Shazia, could you please read the sentence?
okay, sir. Tina was packing her cake for the party.
All right. I'm going to change this sentence now, and I'm going to give you another sentence. Yes, Shazia.
Peter Parker put his picture in his pocket.
Hmm, wonderful. Sufyan.
Peter Parker put his pictures in his pocket.
Yeah. Now, what are you guys doing is you are aspirating. You're not saying Peter Parker put his pictures in his pocket. You're saying Peter Parker put his pictures in his pocket. This is how you're pronouncing it. Now, right now, both of you, Shazia and Sufyan, it's a good thing that you're being really careful. But do you actually use aspiration when you speak freely, like when you're having a conversation, when you're talking to me? Do you use aspiration, Sufyan?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right, Shazia, what about you? Do you use
No, sir.
aspiration? You don't
No,
use
sir.
aspiration, but right now, since you heard Sufyan and you were really careful, and you knew that it's all about aspiration, so you had to be really careful in
Yes,
pronouncing
sir.
these words. So, but are you that much careful when you talk in your everyday life, when you speak in English? And so,
No,
are you like careful enough? And do you aspirate when you have to aspirate?
no, sir.
You don't. So what you need to be doing it, right? You should be doing
I
it.
will, sir.
Yeah, you
Inshallah,
should be
sir.
doing it.
I
Yeah,
will, I
hmm,
will, sir.
that's good. Okay, I'm going to share my screen now, and this is what we're doing today. We're learning something about aspiration. Aspiration is really important, right? But before we begin today's session, I'm going to share my screen, and yes, I'm sharing my screen, and I need you to confirm that you see my screen. And my screen says Aspiration Part 1. Yes, please, everybody. Do you see my screen?
So,
So, this is what we're doing today. Aspiration, right? So, aspiration is really important in English. And if you want to sound more like a native speaker, now everybody wants to speak and wants to sound more like a native speaker, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Speaking with a native, like a native speaker, and pronouncing like native speakers do, pronouncing words like native speakers do, is uh, is really important, and this is something that you should be doing. There are a lot of things that you need to learn to improve your pronunciation and accent. Uh, One of which is aspiration, and what that is. Aspiration is nothing but the sound of your breath when you exhale, when you breathe out, when you breathe air out. So the sound that gets created is the sound of your breath. That's called aspiration in English, right? Now it's just the sound of your breath. That's what aspiration is. So the action of pronouncing a sound with a burst of breath, right? That's aspiration. So, for example, hat. How do we pronounce this word? Hat. Hat. House. Hat. Now, there are words that begin with this sound, like hat, house, and hot. Now, there are actually three sounds in English. There are actually three sounds in English that are aspirated, right? Let me show you. Let me go to that slide. Okay. So there are three sounds in English that are usually aspirated. Uh, it means that you pronounce them with a burst of breath. So, and these three sounds are p, t, and k. All right, p, t, k. These three sounds are usually aspirated, but they're not always aspirated. There are some rules to aspiration. Rule number one: when to aspirate, right? When to aspirate. Rule number one is the first sound is p or t or k, followed by a vowel sound. So if that is the case, so you will always aspirate. For example, look at this word, page. Page. So the first sound I should say is p, and followed by a vowel sound, a. Page. We don't say page. Page. People, this is how people in Pakistan and other countries usually pronounce page. No aspiration. It's not page, it's actually page. So you will never hear native speakers saying or pronouncing page. They don't do that. They always say page. Likewise, tell, tell. Now, if you look at this, the first sound, so the first sound is t, t, followed by a vowel sound, eh. So that makes, now in this case, you need to aspirate because the first sound is t, and the next sound is a vowel sound. So according to rule number one, we need to aspirate t. So we don't say tell me. That's wrong. Tell. How do we pronounce it? Tell. All right? Tell. You won't say tell. And this is how people usually mispronounce it. But the right pronunciation is with aspiration. Tell. Don't say tell. Say tell. And look at this one. So there's one more sound, like I said, t, t, and the third one is k. So this sound is also aspirated when it's the first sound in a word followed by a vowel sound. In this case, you can see Kind. How do we pronounce it? Kind. Kind. So we don't say kind. No, the first sound is k, followed by a vowel sound, which is I, and that makes, in this case, we need to follow rule number one, which is we need to aspirate since it's being followed by a vowel sound. So it's going to be pronounced like this: kind. This is how we'll pronounce it: kind. We won't say kind, we'll say kind. Kind. You know what? This is something that you can do right now. You can begin right now, and you're going to sound more like a native speaker, and people are going to pay attention to this when you begin to speak like this. Some people, they are going to make fun of you. A lot of people are going to make fun of you, so but you don't need to worry about them, right? When people can't do something themselves, the easiest thing they can do is make fun of others. So don't even think about such kind of people. All right. So aspiration, like I said, is the fastest way, one of the fastest ways to sounding more like a native speaker. All right. So comparison with Urdu. Now, the English language has aspiration, right? But in the Urdu language, we don't aspirate. P, t, and k. We don't aspirate them. Now, the same rule might be present in different languages, right? But we're going to focus Urdu for now. Let's say in Urdu, you say cup. there's no aspiration. In Urdu, you say park, no aspiration. You say tomato, no aspiration. You say kawa, no aspiration. So you can see that such words are not aspirated. You don't say kawa or you don't say tomato. You don't say that, right? So that is the problem. Since Urdu speakers, they don't follow this rule of aspiration. This rule of aspiration does not exist unless we actually have ha sound in a word. Actually, I mean, if we have it, only then do we pronounce it. Otherwise, we don't aspirate sounds. We don't aspirate k, p, and t. All right. Got any questions at this stage? You can unmute your microphone and ask me any questions you might have. Yes, please.
Questions? No questions.
Any question?
No, sir.
All right. So, do you understand? Do you see that we don't aspirate in the Urdu language when you speak? Um, Urdu, you don't aspirate words. You I don't aspirate sounds like k, p, and t, right? All right, let's move on. So p, now it's not p, it's p. All right, p. And what you're seeing right now is not the letter P. It's a symbol. It's a symbol that represents the sound p. All right. So we say, how do we pronounce this word? Shazia, please, could you pronounce this word for me?
Pink.
Pink. Yeah, we don't say pink, we say pink. Yes, Sufyan, how do we pronounce this word? Sufyan, how do we pronounce this word?
Uh, push.
Push. Yes. Shazia, how do we pronounce this?
Peace.
Peace. Yes, Sufyan, how do we pronounce this one? Yes, Sufyan, how do we
Pay.
pronounce this word? Pay. That's right. Pink, push, peace, and pay. Now you can see that all of these words they begin with p and they are followed by a vowel sound. Pink, push, peace, pay, aspiration, right? We need to aspirate. So likewise, if there's a word that begins with p and immediately and it is immediately followed by a vowel sound, you are going to aspirate it. You are going to pronounce it with a burst of breath, right? Is that clear, Shazia, Sufyan, Emmer? Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, the next sound is t.
Yes, sir.
This sound is also aspirated when it's the first sound, when it's the first sound in a word and immediately followed by a vowel sound. For example, this word. Sufyan will pronounce this word for us.
Table.
Table. Now, since you're really careful, you sound like that. I can feel, I can hear that how careful you are right now, and it's good. Shazia, could you please pronounce this?
Tea.
T. You see, Shazia? Now
Yes.
you are, since you're careful and you are paying attention to aspiration, this is what you should be doing every single time when you pronounce a word that begins with t and is immediately followed by a vowel sound. It could be anything, any word. So this is something that requires a lot of attention. Understand? If you're not
Sir.
attentive, you're not going to be able to aspirate and you're not going to sound more like a native speaker. So sounding like more like a native speaker, sounding like a native speaker is really important. And you know what it does is it opens endless opportunities. This is what it does. Doors to endless opportunities are open. Next one, Sufyan, how
Yes.
do we pronounce this one? Sufyan, how do we pronounce this?
Uh, Tank.
Tank. Yes. And Shazia, what about this one? How do we pronounce this?
Tall.
Tall. Yes, that's right. So we don't say table, and this is what people in Pakistan usually say, table. Even teachers do that. T, they say T. They say tank. They say tall. They don't say tank. They don't say tall. And if somebody tries to do that, they make fun of them. Right? Am I right or not? What wouldn't you agree with me? Huh, Shazia?
Yes, sir.
Sufyan?
Yes,
Amber?
sir.
What do you
Yes,
think?
sir.
If somebody
Sir,
tries to speak, yes, Sufyan.
they
Mhm.
they say that bada hai अंग्रेज.
Yeah, and they also say अंग्रेज चलेगा तुम्हें छोड़ोगे. I've heard that in my life. अंग्रेज चलेगा तुम्हें छोड़ोगे.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
This is what they also say. And you know what? What I think is that since they are not able to do that, they make fun of you because it's easier to make fun, and it's difficult to practice, it's difficult to improve, it's difficult to sound more like a native speaker and improve your pronunciation and all that. Yeah, learning something is difficult, time consuming, but making fun of somebody is pretty easier, discouraging. Now I'm telling you something that you will find a lot of people discouraging you. They will tell you, and these people, you'll find them everywhere. These people will be pretty close to you. They will be, it could be anybody, one of your siblings. They could be your best friends. They will tell you that you can't do something, but you know what? Never let anybody tell you what you can and what you can't do. Understand? So you keep working on improving your English. It could be whatever that is, pronunciation, grammar, reading, listening, whatever that is, right? So you keep on working on it. All right. So the next one is k. So there's just three sounds. Just three sounds in English that are aspirated. P, t, and the last one is k. Now, it's not g. Remember that. In our schools, this is how children are taught phonics. The way phonics are taught in our schools, unfortunately, that's not right. And you know what? What's worse? Teachers teaching phonics, they don't know phonics themselves. Teachers teaching symbols, they teaching sounds of English. Unfortunately, most of them they don't know. They don't even know the sounds themselves. Anyway, since we're talking about aspiration today, so the last sound that is aspirated when you speak is k. When it's the first sound, keep that in mind. It has to be the first sound in the word. If that is the first sound and immediately followed by a vowel sound, it will come out with a burst of breath, like this one. Shazia is going to pronounce this word for us. Yes, Shazia.
Cat.
Cat. You see, Shazia, it's not that
Yes,
difficult. You just need to be attentive. That's all you need, right? It's not rocket
yes,
science. It's pretty simple stuff, pretty easy. The only thing is focus. The only thing that you need is attention, right?
yes, sir.
Being
Yes, sir.
vigilant. Yeah, making sure that you are aspirating. When you begin to aspirate, Shazia, you're gonna feel a significant change in your spoken English, and people are gonna notice that. I'm telling you that. People will notice it. They will definitely, because not everybody. Well, let's say you do something totally unusual, something
Yes,
nobody
sir.
does, so people will notice you, right? If you do
Yes,
something
sir.
totally different, you will be noticed by people. So as soon as you begin to aspirate, as soon as you begin to aspirate words, the words that need to be aspirate, what will happen? People will pay attention to that, and you're going to sound more like a native speaker. So if you want to improve your pronunciation and if you want to improve your accent, aspiration is the first thing that you need to do. All right. So the next word
Yes, sir.
is this, and Sufyan is going to pronounce this word for us. Yes, Sufyan.
Capture.
It's just capture, not chur. Capture, right? Capture. I never said that ch is to pronounce to aspirate it. will be aspirated.
Cap,
Shazia,
sir.
yeah, capture.
Kite.
Yes.
Kite.
Kite, kite. Yes. Sufyan, how do we pronounce this one?
Chemist.
Chemist. That's right. Chemist. All right, guys. So, do you understand rule number one? So, what's rule number one? Who's gonna tell me what rule number one is? Yes, please. What's rule number one?
Actually, sir,
Express.
we use with these letters vowel. Some letters.
I never said letters, Shazia. I never said letters. I said sounds. I said sounds. If the first sound
Okay, sir.
in a
Sound,
word is
not letter.
the first sound,
Okay.
I never said letter. I said if
Okay.
the first sound is or t or k, right? Followed by a
Yes, sir.
vowel sound. In that case, you will aspirate t, t, and k. Understand? That's what I said. This is rule
Yes,
number
sir.
one. Now,
Yes.
we don't always aspirate these three sounds. There are some rules. Sometimes we do and sometimes we don't. So today I taught you when we do, when we actually aspirate. Rule number one is Sufyan is gonna tell us rule number one. What's rule number one, Sufyan? Yes, please. What's rule number one?
Sir, we will first see the first letter.
We don't know.
Yeah,
I never said that. I never said that. I never said that. When you're talking to somebody, do you see letters coming out of your mouth? Hmm? You're talking
sir.
to me right now. Do you see any letters?
No, sir. You said that it should be vowels. Vowel.
Sound.
Vowel sound.
Sound.
Yes.
Sound. I said
Sound.
sound.
Vowel
Yeah,
sound.
that's what I said. I never said letters. Did I ever use the word letter? I never did. I said sound. Right, Sufyan? So if again, Emmer, Sufyan, Shazia, remember this that the first sound is p or t or k, followed by a vowel sound. What's a vowel sound? A sound that comes directly from your throat without any obstruction, like e, u, ea. All of these sounds are vowel sounds because there's no obstruction. They come directly from your throat, right? Without any obstructions. All right, guys. So, Emma, got any question? Anybody has any questions?
No
Yes.
question, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm gonna give
Actually, sir, today's
yes. Mhm.
topic is very interesting.
It is interesting because it helps you, enables you to speak more like a native speaker. So yeah,
Yes,
you're gonna
sir.
sound more. You know, when you begin to sound more like a native speaker, so what happens is that you feel more confident, right? It improves your
Yes, sir. Yes,
confidence.
sir.
I'm telling you that it does.
Yes,
All
sir.
right,
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm gonna share my screen, and you are going to read a few sentences. Yes, please. Shazia is going to read this. Yes, Shazia. Could you please read it?
Okay, sir. Kelly kicked Karen's kettle.
Yeah. Could you repeat that one more time?
Kelly kicked Karen's kettle.
Yeah. Wonderful. Kelly kicked Karen's kettle. That's right. Okay. This one is for Sufyan. Yes, please. Did you read it?
Kelly kicked Karen's
No, no,
cattle.
no. The next one, dear. The next one.
Sir, I can't see it.
You can't see the second sentence on my screen.
No, sir.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me reshare my screen. Yes, do you see it now? Yes, do you see it
No,
now? You still don't see it?
no,
You don't see my screen?
sir. I can see your screen, uh, but not
What do
that
you see?
sentence.
What do you see? What do you see on your
Kelly
screen?
kicked.
And
Kelly kicked Karen's kettle. A cat caught its
so that
tail.
is the next sentence. That is the next sentence. You see, there's a full stop after Kelly kicked Karen's kettle. There's a full stop. So that is sentence number two, which you can see.
Okay, sir.
So, would you mind reading it for me, please?
A cat caught its tail.
A cat caught its tail. That's right. Shazia,
Yes, sir. A cat
please.
caught it. Okay. A
It's
cat
okay.
caught.
Hmm.
Oh, a cat caught its tail.
Tail, not
Tail.
tail. Tail.
Tail.
Tail. Okay. Please, Sufyan, read this one. Sufyan, please read this.
Uh, Caroline painted a beautiful peach on her canvas.
Yeah, wonderful. Yes, Shazia, could you please read it?
Okay, sir. Caroline painted a beautiful uh, peach on her canvas.
Read faster without taking any breaks.
Okay. Okay. Caroline painted a beautiful peach on her canvas. Oh, canvas.
Canvas,
Again,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah, one more time. Do that one more time.
Okay. Caroline painted a beautiful peach on her canvas.
Hmm, that's good. Emma, would you like to give it a try? Yes, Emma.
Carl parked his car.
Wrong. There's no aspiration. Where's aspiration? Where's aspiration? Emma? So, okay, Shazia. No, so Sufyan, could you read it, please? Sufyan?
Carl parked his car.
Yeah, Carl parked his car. Shazia, read it.
Carl parked his car.
Not he's. It's just his. Not
His.
he's.
Yes.
His.
Yes.
His.
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 Yes. Sir, his.
Say it.
His. Okay.
Read the
Carl
sentence one more
parked
time.
his. Okay. Carl parked his car.
Yeah, Carl parked his car. Wonderful. Want to do more practice?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me give you another sentence. So, yes, please. Sufyan, read this one.
Uh, Perry put his pot on the top of the table.
Now read it faster. Faster.
Perry put his pot on the top of the table.
Of, not off. Of.
Of the
Of.
table.
Yeah, and when we speak it really fast, this is how we speak. Perry put his pot on the top of the table. See? That's how we say it when we speak fluently. Perry put his pot on the top of the table. That's how we pronounce every word. Anyway, Shazia, your turn.
Uh, Perry put his pot on the top of the table.
Pot, top. American accent, American pronunciation. Pot. Perry put his pot on the top of the table. Top
Okay, sir.
and pot. Try that one more
Okay,
time,
sir.
please.
Okay, sir. Perry put his pot on the top of the table.
One more time. Faster this time.
Okay, Perry put his pot on the top of the table.
Better.
Sir, why we don't use British accent?
Because I teach American accent. That's why.
Sir, and British accent is difficult, right?
Both accents are difficult. Any accent
Yes,
could
sir.
be difficult. Any accent could be
Sir, but
difficult. That depends
difficult.
on you.
But sir, accent is difficult to understand.
That is, yeah, you can say that. That depends on the dialect. Yeah, there are certain dialects where that are really, really difficult to understand. But I wouldn't say that. It depends on your listening skills as well. How good you are in listening. All right. Okay. One more sentence. All right. Yes, please. I should tell you one thing as far as accents are concerned. In Pakistan, nobody actually follows a specific accent. It's a mishmash of British and American and Pakistani and Punjabi, and
Yes, sir.
all
Yes,
accents are
sir.
there.
Yes, sir.
So,
You're
because
right.
of the influence of your mother tongue, that is also a reason. So, nobody, actually, people usually in Pakistan, they don't follow a
Uh,
specific
I
accent.
think, sir. I think, sir. Nobody actually know about the which accent is uh, a British or American. We
Well,
use.
there are ways. No, there are. Yeah, you don't. No, learners usually don't know, but teachers they do know that there. It's not just the spelling difference. There is pronunciation difference as well. There are sounds that don't exist in British English, and there are sounds that don't exist in American English. So yeah, there is some difference. Honestly speaking, there is. All right.
Yes.
Anyway, anyway. So one more sentence. Oh yeah, this one is for Shazia.
Okay, sir. The turtle took a turn. Okay, no. The turtle took a turn to catch catfish.
Could you say that one more time, please?
Okay, sir. The turtle took a turn to catch a catfish.
How does this sound? Sounds strange to you, huh? Sounds
Yes,
strange to your
sir.
ears. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Let's say
yes, sir.
if you didn't use aspiration, how would you read it? If you didn't use any aspiration, how would you read it without
Uh,
aspiration?
okay.
As
The turtle took a turn on catch a catfish.
you can't read properly. What happened? There is no on. I don't see any on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The turtle took a turn to catch a catfish.
Now aspiration. Now please bring
Okay.
aspiration
The
now.
turtle. Okay.
Aspiration. Bring
That.
aspiration.
Okay, sir. The turtle took a turn to catch a catfish.
Yes, Sufyan. Please read it.
The turtle took a turn to catch a catfish.
Yeah, the turtle took a turn to catch a catfish. Yes, that's right. All right. Let's do some more practice, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Actually, you can do a lot of practice, but you know what? What you need is to focus and pay attention when you speak and you're conversing. You know, at that time, you need to make sure that you are aspirating. That's what's important. I know it's not going to happen in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. So, yeah, it will take time. The more you practice, the less time it will take. The less you practice, the more time it will take. Understand? Right? So, the more you practice, less time you will be good at it in less time. And if you don't practice much, so it will take more time. Years, maybe. Okay, I'm sharing my screen and I want you to confirm if you see it. Please confirm that you see my screen.
Yes, sir. I can see.
Yes, please. Do you see it?
Yes, sir. I can.
All right. So let's do it. Yes. Shazia. Yes, please. Pronounce it.
Cage.
Cage. Sofyan.
Tax.
Shazia.
Pan.
Pan. Yes. Sufyan. Sufyan.
Cake.
Hmm. Shazia.
Paint.
Sufyan.
Table.
Shazia.
Call.
Next one.
Piano.
Yes, please. Shazia.
Tail.
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 It's difficult.
Tail.
Tail.
Not
Tail.
tail. Yeah, tail. Yo, like
Tail.
tail. Tail.
Tail. Tail.
No, it sounds worse. I think you better say with tail. I mean, that's better. You know, it's actually tail.
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 It's
Tail.
difficult for me.
Yeah, I know it's difficult. It's yeah, yeah, but you know when you
um,
practice, you're gonna get it.
okay.
Yeah, there was a time I didn't know
Tail.
this.
Tail.
Yeah, it's tail. Okay, better. Yeah, you need some working on it.
Oh.
Sufyan.
Calm.
Yeah, you're pretty calm. Shazia. Oh, Shazia's gonna say, why am I getting all of these words?
Pale. Yes, sir. Like
Pale.
that word.
Yeah,
Pale.
pale. Pale.
Pale.
Pale.
Pale.
Pale. Yeah, yeah,
Pale.
that's pretty. But we don't say pale. We don't
Okay.
pale. Flu. I mean, it
Pale.
just float. Pale. Yeah,
Pale.
pale. Pale.
Pale.
Yeah,
Pale.
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 Yeah, Yeah, that's it. Pale. Yes, please. Next one.
Pale.
Sufyan.
Take.
Take. Shazia.
Cancel.
Cancel. Next one.
Cancel.
Poison.
Poison. Yes, please.
Tap.
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 Yes, Sufyan, do I need to give you an invitation?
Cash.
Yeah. One more time, please.
Cash.
Cash. Shazia.
Parachute.
Parachute. Yes, please. Next one. Sufyan.
Talent.
Talent. Yeah, talent. Shazia.
Cause.
Cause. Sufyan.
Cause.
Pain.
Pain. Shazia.
Talk.
Talk. Yes. Sufyan.
Couch.
Couch. Shazia.
Next one. Sir. Pick.
Yes. Pig.
Pick.
Yes. Sufyan.
Tank.
Tank. Shazia.
Coach.
Coach. Yes. Sufyan.
Pull.
Pull. And that's it. You see? Now, aspiration is really important. You must have heard, listen to native speakers using aspiration, aspirating when they speak certain words that begin with p, t, or k, and followed by vowel sounds. So they pronounce these sounds with a burst of breath, and as soon as you do that, you begin to sound more like a native speaker. So, do you get it?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
what is the thing that you need to do? You need to be careful. You need to be vigilant. You need to be focused. You need to be attentive, and you need to pay attention when you speak. And you know what? You need to rectify yourself as soon as you make a mistake in pronunciation. Let's say you say a word and you didn't aspirate it. So you need to aspirate that word again. You need to say that sentence again just to make sure that you practice, because you are training your brain. Right now your tongue and your brain, they're not trained. You need to train them, right? They need training. Once you train your tongue, your brain, when to aspirate, and then you won't have to think about it. You'll just do it, right? Like right now you don't aspirate. When you practice, you will begin to aspirate without having to think. This will happen, right? It happens. It's a natural process. When you teach your brain to do something, it just does it. It just happens after some practice. So practice is really important. What do you have to say about that, Sufyan?
Yes, sir, you are
Yes,
right.
sir.
So you know what I'm gonna do is that every day when you talk to me, I'm gonna remind you. All right, I'm gonna remind you
Okay.
that you need to aspirate. So just don't get
Okay.
teased. Yeah, I'll be teasing you.
No,
This will
sir.
happen.
Oh,
So I hope that you don't have any questions. If you do have any questions, just remember that we don't aspirate all the time. There's some rules, right? Sometimes we don't
yes,
aspirate
sir.
at all. I will definitely teach you something later on about that, when not to aspirate. I will definitely teach you that rule too. But before we do that, let's stick to this particular rule of aspiration: when to aspirate. So you need to focus on this rule first. Apply it when you have to, and make sure that you are aspirating when you need to. All right? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Sufyan, Shazia, Emma unfortunately couldn't participate today, and Hafsa is also absent today. And she was really keen to learn, as improve. She was really keen to improve her
Okay.
pronunciation and accent, and today
Huh?
she's not here. We can hear you, Sufyan. Your microphone is unmuted. So make sure before talking to your family members, you mute your microphone. That's better. So, guys, that's all for today. Like I said, we'll definitely learn more. There's more to learn about aspiration, and then there are other rules of pronunciation and accent, which we will definitely learn at different levels. But just doing something is not enough. Applying it and making sure that you're actually using it when you speak is important. So from right now, you can do it. Anybody who's watching it right now on YouTube or Facebook, you can do it too. And you just need to begin doing it right now. That's what you need to do. All right. Just make sure whenever a word begins with p, t, or k, and the next sound is a vowel sound, make sure that you aspirate. Right. So that's all for today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right.
Okay, sir.
All right, guys. So see